Hello everyone, welcome back. I want to talk to you guys about some accessories that you should be stockpiling for your AR-15, okay? Now the first thing is ammunition, okay? Because the guns are worthless without ammunition. I usually get my ammo from Lucky Gunner or Palmetto. With Palmetto I buy the 1,000 round bulk boxes, okay? And then from Lucky Gunner, I'll usually buy the 1,000 round Tula. Okay, you need at a minimum 2,000 rounds in reserve that you're not going to shoot, and then you need another 2,000 rounds for for practice and training. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with Tula. I mean, you don't want it to be all Tula. You want to also have some brass for shooting long at distance, accurately. But for the typical engagement distance that you will have with an AR-15, which is out to about 100 to 150 yards, Tula will work fine. Okay, so total 4,000 rounds, bare bones minimal, and from there you want to try and build up to about 10,000 rounds. Okay, so that's the first thing, ammunition. Second thing, get two AR-15s. Okay, I would rather have two Palmettos than one Daniel Defense rifle or one Bravo Company rifle, and the reason for that is I don't care how good a Bravo Company rifle is, if it gets run over by a truck, it's not going to work very well. Okay, so that's why you got to have a second AR-15. That's more valuable than having a more expensive AR-15. This Palmetto here, $350. Great rifle. I've shot many thousand rounds through it. It works well, gets really nice groups. I shoot well within 3 inches at 100 yards. So Palmetto's a good place to go, where you can get at least two AR-15s. Okay? Next thing, magazines. Lots and lots of magazines. It's 30 rounders. I only buy these 10 at a time. Okay, so buy the 10 packs. There's Gun Mag Warehouse. There's many other places you can shop around. Get at least one 10-pack. Ideally, you want a 10-pack for each AR-15. These things are consumable. Basically over time, these things will get broken. They will get lost. So you want to have lots of these. Okay. Get a few of these 20 rounders as well, because these 20 rounders are really nice and convenient. First of all, if you're trying to zero in a rifle, basically they don't hit the table, so it makes zeroing in a rifle a lot easier. The other thing is, with these 20 rounders, you can throw this in your back pocket and it won't stick out. So these are really convenient as a backup magazine. Okay, so get a bunch of these 20 rounders, but by and large, most of them should be 30 rounders, and get 10 packs at a time. Okay, so that's the next thing that you need. You need lots of magazines. And just keep in mind that right now you can get like a 10-pack for $100, so it's about $10 a magazine. When Obama was trying to ban these things, Cheaper Than Dirt was trying to sell these $100 each. Okay, so that's what these things would be worth in a shit hit the fan type of situation. Probably a lot more. Okay, so get lots of these now while they are cheap. Next thing that you will need is get yourself at least one bolt carrier group for each AR-15. Okay. This is the heart of your AR. Okay, this is the part that is most likely to break at some point. AR-15s are not built to be indestructible. Okay, they're built to be light, compact, convenient. So they, because of that, they are consumable. It's going to wear down a lot faster than an AK-47. What happens with this is, everybody knows that when you fire the gun, right? The bullet comes out, gas comes up, pushes your bolt back. But what's happening at the bolt? Okay, a lot of people think that the gas comes back, hits this, and this simply goes back. And that's not what happens. Okay, what actually happens is, if you look at this tube over here, the gas goes into this tube and actually drops down into a chamber in there. Okay, and what happens is, the bolt sits like this with the closed, and when the gas drops down, basically the gas basically expands this. So basically this pops open like this. So you have a very violent explosion inside your bolt carrier. Okay, and that's why these holes that you have here on the side, those are the vent tubes. That's where the gas comes out of those holes over there. And this cam, right, this piece right here, right, with the square on top of it, okay, that's what's taking all that pressure. So every time this thing explodes, basically that cam hits the front of the of the bolt carrier over here, and basically that's what stops it. So every time you fire this thing is getting repeatedly beat up. So that cam is eventually going to break. A lot of people think that they're going to shoot lots, tens of thousands of rounds, and they're going to wear out their barrel. You're going to wear this thing out long before you ever wear out that barrel. I mean, I got ARs with well over 10,000 rounds on them, and the barrels are fine. Okay, I still get nice tight groups. So the barrel is not going to wear out anywhere nearly as fast as this, which is basically every time you fire the gun, there's an explosion going on inside of this bolt carrier. Okay. So you want to have at least one extra one for each of these ARs, and preferably have even more. Okay. The next thing that you want is get yourself a bunch of these lost and broken parts kits. Okay. There's many of them out there. I've gotten a bunch from Palmetto. I've gotten them from other sites as well. I think Amazon had them at some point. I don't know if they still have them. But one of the things that like this one over here has, for example, this one has a firing pin, and it actually has an extra cam. Remember that piece I told you that when the bolt expands, right, and then you get all this pressure over here. Well, if you got one of these parts kits, instead of throwing this whole thing out, all you gotta do is change that one piece. Okay, so it's got that cam. It's got a firing pin in there. It's got the gas rings, because the gas rings are going to wear out over time. This one's got an extra extractor, okay, because over time the extractor can get broken. It's got the extractor spring. It's got the pins that hold that all in place. So this parts kit will prevent me from having to go into this, right? So I don't have to actually change the whole bolt out. I can change the pieces that break. Okay? So so this one's got a couple other things I can see. It's got an extractor spring. I can see it's got a trigger spring in there. This one here has got a whole bunch of springs. It's got this is just a ton of springs in there. I mean, I've seen them before, but I don't even know their names. It's got tons of springs. This one again, it's got so these things are about $10. Over here I have a complete trigger group. One of the things that is important is the disconnector. Okay, the disconnector is one of the parts in the trigger group that will wear over time, and I've actually worn disconnectors out. So the disconnector is something that's probably going to have to be changed. And I got one over there. I can see I got another one over here. So I've got at least two disconnectors between in these kits over here, and I know I got more. I know I got more of those anyway. So you will definitely need more disconnectors. In your parts kit. Okay, so these are the things that I recommend that you have lots of ammo, at least a total of 4,000 rounds. Have at least 2 ARs, and you can get these cheap Palmetto $350 ones. They work great. I've done reviews on those. Lots of magazines, at least 10 magazines for each AR. These are the P-Mags. P-Mags work great. I got some Lancers over here. The Lancers are a little bit more expensive. They're clear. You can see how many rounds you got left in there. But the P-Mags are fine. They're a little bit cheaper. Get lots of P-Mags. Get at least one extra bolt carrier group for each AR, and get the lost and broken parts kit. Okay. So also get lots of batteries. If you use red dots, get the the 2032 batteries that these red dots typically take. For your tactical lights, get the CR123 batteries. Get I think on Amazon I just bought I think it was a 10-pack for $20. So get plenty of those batteries. These red dots, lately I've been running these solar powered red dots. The cool thing about the solar powered ones is that you have 2 power sources. I have the sun, okay, and then I can also switch it to just battery. So you have 2 power sources. And you're going to want to have at least one extra red dot. I mean, I got a ton of those because I keep upgrading my red dots, so I got plenty of red dots to spare. But yeah, lately I've been moving more and more into the solar-powered red dots. It's still a fairly new technology, so, definitely holding on to some of those older ones. Pretty much all of my hollow suns at this point are, all my red dots at this point are hollow suns. I do have a bunch of Adderballs. This is the new Adderball that's solar-powered. I'm basically in the process of testing that out. If you guys have any questions, comments, anything you'd like to add, you know, by all means, please do so. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And, you know, if you're not a member, please subscribe, hit that bell button. I'll talk to you guys next time.